Hello and welcome to today's episode on Conversations with Coach IT. I trust that you'll have an enlightening and fun time with today's guest. Relax and enjoy. Valentine is coming. Hey, where is
I'm putting this for you now.
Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Conversations with Coach IT. And this is one very special edition. I have someone very special in the house. All my guests are special, but this one, she's the perfect combination of beauty and brain. And she's just going to be gisting with us today about, how early is too early. And we're going to be talking all things love. And in the spirit of the season, there's usually a rave about, Valentine, and very often it's a season where many young people make some not so smart decisions, and we'll get to understand what the rave is from the perspective of a young adult and also put a proper balance to things. So Tolu, thank you for joining us today. I'll just allow you to do a quick intro about yourself and then we'll delve into today's conversation. Over to you, Tolu.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tolulope, and it's such an honor to be talking to you all today, or when you finally listen to this. About me. So I used to be a radio presenter. I used to present on Inspiration FM and Unilag FM before I finally went into consulting. So I currently work with a consulting firm in Lagos, Nigeria. I am a young adult. I'm beautiful. But I'm very strategic. I'm very hardworking, and I basically just like doing stuff that make me really exciting and really happy. So I think that's about it in terms of introduction. Sorry, it didn't give me like a brief before this particular stuff. So in case I say something, just please take it as it is. This is very extemporized.
Okay, don't worry. It's a very fun episode, and we're just gonna be gisting through this topic and all that. So, girl, do you absolutely. Tolu, please, what's this rave about Valentine, especially amongst young people? You know that the funny thing is today. Wait, let me just see what happened this morning. So I was talking to somebody, right, one of our guests, about recording an episode, and I said, "Oh, what does Monday look like for her?" And she went, "Please, please, please, what's going on in your life? Why are you trying to fix an appointment on Valentine's Day?" Like, do you want to insult me?
Why?
You know
is it a public holiday for her or what? Okay, sorry. if that's the person you're talking about, it's a no-go area. So I've tried my luck with her, so she has pursued me, so it's fine.
What's this rave about Valentine, please? Especially amongst young people. What is it about Valentine?
To be honest, even me, I'm tired. I have a miss. It's like the tension is just too much.
Is she making plans already?
I was telling me, it's no, please don't insult me.
Sorry.
It's no, please. Don't insult me. Don't go there. And this is not even, I'm not even sure this is supposed to be about me.
I was talking about your niece, Tolu. I was talking about your niece. I said that she have plans already.
Okay, good. So my niece, I just like that girl. So she's 16 years old, and I think she's starting to become like me. Very focused human being. I don't know if she's disguising, because I asked her, I was like, okay, so what's your plan for Valentine? She said, Auntie, which Valentine? I'm not doing Valentine. And I'm like, you see yourself, dear. Better tell me now. Anyway, my
truckload of gifts.
I'm telling you. So my plan is on Tuesday, I'll just tell her to come to the house so that I can check her photo gallery. So that I'll catch her and I'll sell the gifts. Because there's not all these children, they don't know more than to be there, documenting everything to post on papers on TikTok and everywhere. So I know for a fact that she's going to take pictures and videos. So that's the way I'm going to catch her. So if she likes, she should deny it from now to next year. I'm going to catch her on Tuesday if she's actually serious.
What could that plan be? As with other young people too, like please, I don't understand. We are talking about couples and
Valentine, to be honest, is just the day to celebrate love. Yeah, the day that, or the definition that we've given it in this age and time. Everybody's talking about love, but I think the misconception now comes where everybody just thinks it's about boyfriend and girlfriend love. You get, which might not necessarily be the case. Yeah, so it's probably you love your friends is a Valentine, your sister is a Valentine, your parents can be your Valentine. So me, as an individual, I'm not going to allow anybody to come and tension me and pepper me about Valentine's Day. I
It's
see posted
personal.
recently somewhere that you see this Valentine's Day. I'm just glad that I'm working from home. So in case, and thankfully I stay in an area where that is dominated by adults, old people. When I say adult, I don't mean like it's something people, like 60 something people. So definitely I know that there's no going to be parara in my area. And if I hear parara, it's definitely that somebody's doing birthday, not Valentine's Day. So nobody can tension me in my house.
You're already revealing what's going on with you. Please. Tolu, you're very loved, and you have a whole lot of us around you that love you, and we know you. Tolu, we know you. Let's just wait till Monday. Is it not you? It's okay.
Okay, wait. Let me tell you something. So I know last year I was like, I was raining coin. But this year I've started to calm down a little. So last year, let me tell you, I don't know if I'm supposed to really be I'm supposed to be honest on this thing, right? So I'm going to be very honest. So last year was so cute. Because despite the whole COVID and everything, no, let me start from last year. That was when COVID was home.
Oh,
no, COVID didn't start last year. It was last year.
Tolu, there are young people on this call. Yeah? Calm down.
Okay. I'm an adult, in case you're listening. Yeah, I'm an adult. So last year, I got like lots of gifts from, because I had a boyfriend. And it was really nice and it was really good. But I think the reason why it even felt nice was because I was already of age and I didn't need to go and be hiding my gifts. Neither did I need to go and be hiding my
and I'm pretty well with the little that I think I know about that gist. It wasn't the only one you got gifts from. I mean, you got gifts from a whole lot of other people's friends.
Please. Okay.
But I mean, with the multitude of friends and people you have around you, Tolu, you cannot even deny it. And that's the thing with you. Just one person cannot give you gifts in this life. You know, you're happening anything.
You're actually very correct. I just remember that my previous boss also bought me a gift. So yes, actually, I did get gifts from.
Actually, Valentine is not just
outside of my boyfriend.
Valentine is not just a boyfriend girlfriend thing. It could also be showing love and sharing amongst friends. Like you said, your boss got you gift. So even from parents and friends and just people generally. So it's not something that should be reduced really to a couple thing, and then one day now nobody will hear what we hear in couple goals everywhere. Plus the players and the goalkeepers.
It's actually, I'm telling you, it's the, I don't even know what word to use for it, but people need to calm down, honestly. They need to, especially on social media. And I don't even know what's going on with all the bloggers, and I had to recently unfollow some bloggers. No, honestly, because everybody is like, there's this mental, this unconscious conditioning is happening on social media. When you open social media, you see one girl like the vanilla to the mainland, and I'm like, please, what's I'm sorry if you don't understand Yoruba, but like, can you just let rest in Jesus' name? What is it?
Everywhere you see
TikTok, like
everywhere you turn.
My boyfriend got me an iPhone, and I'm like, please rest.
We're going to come to those things shortly, right? And really clarifying the proper age for these things and putting this into perspective, right? We know that it's a common thing that many young people crave, relationships and all of those things, right? But it's the place of putting into proper perspective and putting a balance to it as to when is it appropriate, the standards, and just all of those conversations will come to you shortly. But before we even proceed into that, Tolu, what is your fondest memory of, a special Valentine? If you have to think, I mean, hopefully not think too far. I mean, just think that what's your fondest memory of a
So,
special Valentine?
hmm, because I'm a very not conventional person,
Mm-hmm.
I have two fond memories. The first one was when I was doing my teaching practice when I was in the university,
Mm.
where I made all my the kids I was teaching, we all wore white and all red, and then we did a fight against heartbreak. So we basically just post the pictures actually on my Instagram. So we're posing against heartbreak. So we're protecting our hearts.
Not to
That
outbreak,
way I was doing
not to break fast.
yes, in fact, you just got it. Yes. Now there wasn't even breakfast green. I think we're seeing into the future. And it was really nice because after we took that picture and we fought against heartbreak, we went back in class and then we had a talk about even the whole St. Valentine. And
Mm.
we bought gifts for the teachers to show our appreciation. So I made the kids
It's basically what it's
design.
about, right? That's actually what it's about. Oh,
Yes.
and
So
yeah.
the only people who got gifts that day were the teachers from the children, because I just made sure that everybody understood that okay, this is a day to celebrate love and to show love to people that you like or that you appreciate, that people that have done good things in your life. So
Mm.
that's the first fun memory I have. Now the second one, that one's a little mushy. So it was I think that was the first time when I finally had a boyfriend. Because again, that was like my very first Valentine time I was celebrating Valentine with somebody that I would say is someone I'm working towards making my significant other or partner.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we kept it very simple because I was very shy about the whole thing and the headache of even what to buy for him and everything. So we decided to work with a budget.
Is another
So we
thing.
had a budget which we
I saw I don't know, a video or something today, and somebody actually
Mhm.
wrapped bathroom slippers in a Louis Vuitton.
Okay. No, we were not that bad. No, because we were both working. So, of course, we had some money in our hands. So, we were able to buy, but we decided to have a budget. So, our cap was 15,000 naira. And I really liked how creative it was. Yes, it was actually 15,000 naira, which is like small, but it's still a lot because I just bought a gift, that was it for me. But for him, in that 15,000 naira budget, we saw a movie because movies are like 2,000 naira for tickets.
Hmm?
And then what else did he do? Yeah, and then he bought me card, which he bought me like those cards, yeah, and I wrote something on it, handwritten notes. So all of those things were so cute, and he kept it at 15,000 naira.
Tolulope,
So
this is
I
this is
think it
one
just
thing. This is one thing that I say
mm-hmm,
many times to young people. And when a
mm-hmm,
young person comes to
mm-hmm,
me, for instance, to say, oh, questions like, when is it appropriate to have a relationship? Oh, I want to ask a question on behalf of my friend. You know, those are my friend questions that that is the person.
oh yes, we said we did it. I did it. I still do it.
Repent. And they ask questions like, when is it appropriate to have a relationship, or why can't you, or what's the big deal? And what you said just
Mm-hmm,
now about, you and your boyfriend, or your significant
mm-hmm,
other having a budget and all those things, you guys were already working and you had a plan. And it's one of the questions I ask, right, when I'm asking about the person's readiness for a relationship, because many
mm-hmm,
times, young people just feel like, oh, your relationship is just all vibes and cruise and just, having fun. But it's a whole lot, right?
mm-hmm,
And we're even going to talk about, experiences in, say, secondary school and university,
mm-hmm,
for instance, and what relationship was like at those points, right? And looking with the power of hindsight now, what they were at those points, right? And like I was saying, many young people feel, oh, it's just cruise and vibes and all of that. It's just to have fun, just have someone to talk to, and do all those other all those other
mm.
despicable things.
Dot.
Dot, exactly, and things that shouldn't be. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever you're doing that a third person cannot know about, you probably should not be doing it anyway. And and I'm asking, the what you just talked about, are you financially ready for this? You think relationship is free of charge, or you think it's or what exactly?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be waiting for him to get his pocket money from his parents to come and use it to
Mm-hmm.
take you out, or what exactly?
Actually,
What?
that stuff used to upset me because I can't imagine someone taking his pocket money. to spend
I
on me. So
understand.
me, I used to think I was a very different person.
Money
Because
you're
me
spending.
personally, I made a vow. I even made a vow to myself that I wasn't going to have a boyfriend until I finished secondary school and until I entered university.
Mm.
And for me, and that was a way of keeping boys away. So of course I liked boys at some point. When I was like from SS1, I think, and I think at SS1 I was already like 14 years old.
Mm.
I knew that I liked some people, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a deliberate point. I knew that at that point, how will I go home and go and tell my mommy that I have a boyfriend or my daddy that I have a boyfriend? So I couldn't. So I
Mm.
had to tell myself that,
It's probably a
babes,
reason
you're
not
too
to,
young.
right?
Yes, like you're too young to do this thing. So when
Mm-hmm.
people come and meet me, Tolo, I like you. Let's do this. I'm like, I like you too, but I'm sorry, I'm not dating. I will start dating when I enter university. So when I get to SS1, and when I get to year one, come and ask me out. So that's what I used to tell them.
You know the
And I know I
amazing
sounded
thing,
very naive and
Tolulope,
very
you know the
silly.
amazing thing you said, you know the amazing thing with what you told those
Mm-hmm.
people at that point. By the time you now get to 100 level, you'll be shocked that some of the people that you liked back then and some of the people
Mm-hmm.
that you're having the
Mm-hmm.
crush and everything, like you'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
how?
Hey, it's me, I'm not lying, no, it's true. In fact, I just don't want to be dropping names because just in case they ever stumble on this.
Many people that they are all raving about love and crush and all that at a very young age now, they'll be shocked that in 4, 5, 6 years time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what was the drama about, like, and hopefully you've not made a wrong decision, or you've not
Mm-hmm.
think crazy
No,
or
but wait, so it's one of the
mm,
people that I actually told to
mm,
come back in when I entered year one. He came back in year four,
are
and
you
apparently,
serious?
like I still, yeah, he did come back actually. But by that time, and do you know what he said? It was like So what happened was, I think we both went our separate ways. Obviously, we met other people,
Mm,
but we just knew that, oh my God, I really liked this person when I was much younger.
mm,
So I think one day on Instagram, I just posted, I was my final year. And then I
mm.
posted a video of me on Instagram. And then he just messaged me out of the blue and was like, hey, you're not grown. No. What level are you now? You know that I was still thinking I will bring you to your father's house.
Oh,
Are you ready to date now? And I'm like, no, I've been ready since. Where have you been?
oh my goodness.
And
And you know that at that point,
I know,
you
right?
could have made if you had even decided to date the guy, it would have been from, a more
Mm-hmm.
matured place, and you'll be able to make a more informed decision, right? If you chose
Yes,
to go ahead with the guy. But imagine if you had dated the guy in
exactly.
secondary school, you guys, So
It wouldn't have even lasted. And you just add to the number of X and Y's that you have in the past.
why is married X and Y? And some people talk about, there's some people that high school love and it grows into a thing, and what do you have to say about that?
Just don't, honestly. I feel high school is the time you should really concentrate on
Mm,
trying to establish your studies.
mm,
Honestly, like what
yeah.
are you looking for? See, I won't like. I think this podcast is supposed to actually tell people the truth.
Yeah.
When I was in
Truth.
secondary school, yeah,
Mm.
we had somewhere that some of my classmates used to call the kissing corner, and this is the truth. But now, when I look at all of them, yes, it's a no. Yes, I know. When I look at them, not a single one of them are still with their partner, the people that they were with
Mm.
when they were in school. So what was the point? The funny thing is, I like to. Then nobody even knew that I had not done shit. Because when they're
Mm.
talking to me, like, yes, that person, you will not know that I have not done anything. But because of I didn't want any pressure or I didn't want anybody to make me feel somehow. When they tell me, yeah, I like the person, but nah, it's not my type. Nah, it's not my type.
Mm.
Because again, if I say,
Mm.
oh, I'm facing my books, there might be pressure. Peer pressure is a thing.
True, true.
Or people start telling you, don't mind that she's
Mm.
too holy. She's holier than thou.
Mm.
So just
That's
because I wanted to guide my own truth and I wanted to control the narrative. So when people were like, this person likes you now, why not? Even though I know I like the person, deep down in my heart, I'll just tell them, nah, it's not my type. So
wise
basically,
girl.
I just did whatever I knew I had to do to survive the whole pressure for people to get a boyfriend when I was
Mm.
in secondary school. But me, and again, I think it's also something about my upbringing. I
Mm.
just wasn't that person who was ready to be interested in a relationship at secondary school. My goal was when I get to year one, hey, when
I
my mom will
explore.
ask me that, who is your boyfriend? And I can look at the eyes and say, my boyfriend is this person. To be honest, they lie you. You're one. There's no symbolic way to tell my mommy that I had boyfriend. But
you know that was the
at
funny
least
thing.
I was in the university. Okay.
You know that's the funny thing, because in secondary school, so I had the crush, and which is very normal, right? For when you're coming into teenagehood and adolescence, right? You get to of your feelings and the attractions and everything. It is not what you do with it at the end of the day, right? Even with my crushing on a guy in SS1 and all that, I knew there couldn't be anything coming out of it. Like, the marks that could come out of it was the distraction that started happening, and I knew that I had to give myself some sense. So nothing could have, I knew at that point that nothing could come out of it. And I was saying, oh, maybe when I get into university and all of those things, if I shock you about even the university, I was too busy. I was so busy with school work.
University, and them they rush me.
I mean,
it was a balance.
There was the rushing, right? Totally, there was the rushing, and I think that was one thing that maybe I didn't really put. But there was the rushing and all of that. But I was, you know what happened? In 200 level, my brother promised me that if I graduated with the first class, he was going to buy me a car. I did not see any boy. I came to me to ask me out. I was seeing them as the enemy of my. You would think my brother was going to buy me a Rolls Royce. So I was very focused and all of that. There were guys, there were in fact, there were that, but I was just so concentrated on my schoolwork and all of those things. And towards the end of uni, right, the 300 level second semester, that's when I started winding that a bit to say, Madam, will you calm down a bit? Right?
Before they start telling you, bring hot. And I feel like our parents even do that thing, and it's very hypocritical of them, because they'll tell you, face your book. All of a sudden, when you just get to year 4 or you graduate, bring husband. Mommy, how? From where to where? See, we have to face my book. I face my book now. How am I supposed to manufacture the husband now in my final year? So I think that's the thing. I think that's the place of balance, right? I think that's the place of balance, because again, I'm very sure that if I had taken in fact, what am I saying? I'm sure that. So actually, I remember that my birthday before I left uni, I took a guy. He was asking me out, but it was just my friend at that point, right? And it was my birthday. Invited him over to my house, and because I've always been the vocal child and say what's going on with me and all that, I actually said it out. He's asking me out and all that. Nothing he had, but hey, it's not as if. And the way it was my mom, of course, it's my mom. I do these things, right? The woman, I just traumatized that woman. She's not like tell all this. I told her, she just kept looking me in the face like, you this guy, you're not very bold, though. Yeah, right?
So there's actually a proper time for these things that nobody would raise an eyebrow to say, oh, what you're doing is crazy and all that. But there is a time that is not the time, right? Which is the case for many young people, especially those in high school. And it's just, well, for me, many times I don't tell them we'll do it or not do it, but it's actually, truth be told, is actually not the time. Or what do you think?
What I always just say is, if you cannot proudly tell your family members,
that something fishy is going on,
or this is, if you can't introduce this person as what you are claiming the person is to every other person who is not related to you, then you probably shouldn't be doing that. And I have younger ones around. My niece is going to turn 21 this year. And I remember when she was 16, I was like, madam, so who's your boyfriend now? And she was telling me, auntie, no boyfriend. I'm like, oh, please stop it. You think I don't know that you've been passing love letter and doing everything with some boy in class? And the truth is, she actually did tell me that, there's somebody but they're just friends. I'm like, better keep it as just friends, because you're not ready to be in a relationship. Hey, if you eventually develop feelings for somebody, it's okay. You're actually normal for you to develop feelings for somebody. But just know that you guys can just keep it at friendship. You don't have to do anything that the, in quotes, grown-ups do. You don't have to feel pressure, because even when you talk to somebody, it helps you form a bond. And these are all skills that you need later on as you grow up in life. But at 16,
it's not
doing the proper grown-up stuff, it's not the time. At 16, I expect that you're trying to get into university or you're trying to go for your A-levels. that is actually the right time for you to try and focus your energy and your skill on trying to establish yourself. Yeah. Get into university. And that's the period that jam a lot of people. So why not just focus that energy, focus that energy on trying to establish yourself, trying to pass your exams. And when you get into school, hey la la, even you'll be tired, honestly. Because I have like the kind of people that I had, nobody, that thing of that then they rush me. The people that were rushing me. These were established people who were professional, people who were in school. Because you have the freedom in school, you have the liberty in school. But the thing is, it
wasn't necessary that you even went with those people, but you could make, saner decisions and know the reason why you cannot do this at this age, right? At the point where you got into uni and they were coming for you. So it's a different ball game entirely when you're much younger, you're 16, 17 and all of those things. There's still that level of being, naive, and you cannot make awesome to them. And that's the challenge, because many young people, they feel like, oh, I understand myself. You are the one who doesn't, like, you don't get it. Like, they feel like we understand this love thing and all that, but there is a whole lot to it. I did a post on my Instagram page at some point, dating, yes, just something around that, right? Listing out all the pros and cons of dating as a very young person, teenager, adolescent. When you weigh the pros and cons, you see that really it's not worth it. The emotional even for adults, even for young adults, relationship is not a joke, because the addict, and sometimes you're just wondering,
heartbreak, national cake.
It's not even just breakfast again now. It's brunch. Some people collect both. But even if it's not the case of breakfast or heartbreak or anything, right? Even sustaining a relationship, it will test a lot on your maturity and your readiness, your emotional stability, and just things like that, which in most cases young people don't, they've not attained that level of maturity and being able to make that level of right decision yet. So honestly, I do not even think it's the time. Let me just say about today I was just I was reading something online and I came across something, and somebody was saying that she's 15 and that her crush is 40 years old. Is it normal?
No, it's not. That's child abuse. Because what is that age gap?
What's going on around there?
What? No, please. That's, my sisters would say that's cradle robbing. Like, please, no.
Serious cradle robbing. And all these things, it starts from this place of, oh, you have a crush on, let's even clarify this crush matter. You have a crush on somebody, infatuation, you can't stop thinking about somebody and all that at 15. Let me just,
so I think people can infatuate.
Yeah.
But it also comes, and I think every teenager needs to get to that level of developing self-awareness, knowing the difference between, oh, I'm just crushing on this person and this thing is real. And all of these things also comes from a place of age, from a place of experience and exposure.
Oh yeah.
Because you can tell me at 16 years old that you're in love with somebody. What do you know about love? Like, excuse you?
Hello?
What do you know about love? So it's okay for you to say, okay, I think I like this person a lot. And now take time to say, do I really like this person, or am I just infatuating on this person? And what do I even like about the person? And if you think that it's even something so serious, because again, if we're being honest with ourselves, these kids are growing super fast these days, and they're exposed to a whole lot of content.
They're not kids. They're
a whole lot of content.
Okay,
sorry. These young adults.
Yeah.
Yes, or these mini adults. They're still very young. And I feel, I used to tell myself, when I feel like, I crushed on one of my teachers now, but I have to tell myself, if it's infatuation. I'm being very honest.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I think it was that man was very fine, if I'm being honest. It was fair, it was fine. But the truth is, I was able to tell myself, okay, this is just infatuation and it is wrong.
Yeah.
And God bless my social studies teacher who made us understand the difference between infatuation and love. So when I know that this thing is not, when you feel it in your heart that this thing is not right, then you definitely know for a fact that it's not love. So just give yourself time to experience what it is that you feel like experiencing. Like, don't deny it or don't push it away, because if you ignore it or if you deny it, it will just increase. And me, I'm someone that I don't know if if you don't understand Yoruba, I'm sorry. I have it. I'm stubborn. When you tell me not to do something, that's where my heart and my chest and everything wants to go and do it. So I allow myself to feel it. Yes, I embrace that feeling that, okay, I think I like this person. But what do I like about the person? Is it right to like the person? Am I old enough to understand what I'm feeling? Then, I like making a list. So I actually make a list of the pros and cons of this thing that I think I'm feeling. At the end of the day, when I see that the cons outweighs the pro, can I talk about it to my friends? Can I talk about it to my teacher? Can I talk about it to my sisters? And my sisters are supposed to be like the closest people to me. And I realized that this answer, they know it's becoming too much. I just do what? I just do Rapada. I just turn back.
Redemption.
I know
Antonio, you see, I like what
honestly,
you just said, because it's not pushing away the feeling. It's not just embracing the feeling. It's also facing it and dealing with it, right? Nipping it in the bud so that it doesn't also, blow out of proportion and, evolve into something you cannot handle again. So I like the place where you put that balance to say you also face it and deal with it, right? And ask yourself the critical questions, and that will help you get the true answers, like the real answers, regardless of what's going on around you and who is doing it, who is not doing it, and the pressure and all of those things. Like really sitting with yourself and telling yourself the truth, right? Yeah, which I think is a very important thing too. So like you were saying, the place of putting boundaries too, right? To know that even at the age when you're not ready for a relationship, the boundaries of what to do and what not to do, right? Like you were talking about.
Yeah, so what I was just basically trying to say is having boundaries are very important, because once you start having a relationship very early, the pressure of sex comes in. Because before you guys know it, you start thinking, oh, I really love this guy.
Your hormones are
emotions. Before you know it, exactly. So your hormones start raging and putting it to you, find yourself having sex. And then you realize you are actually too young to be having sex. And so many things can go wrong. The condom can break. There are protections and everything that you can do. But the fact is, you can never be too protected. Or you can never be too sure. Because even the adverts for condoms, they tell you 99% sure, which means what's going on with that 1% that is not sure. So that 1% is that the condom can break and you can get pregnant. And when you get pregnant, you now start thinking about, do I want to become a mother or do I want to commit abortion? And in fact, why not even avoid? They always tell you prevention is better than cure. Why not even avoid it in the first place? And the best way to prevent it is practice abstinence, and better still, those don't even go into the relationship at all.
Just right? So you don't get under such pressure. True. Yeah, I think these conversations are really important, right? The place of boundaries and all. Yeah.
So just putting boundaries, and keep the scene to public places.
Exactly. For those friends that for the friends that oh, maybe you really like this person or somebody, keep it to public places where everybody can see when you guys are talking. There's no, oh, I want to go and visit this person, the dad is not around, the mom, nobody's around, just the both of you.
Yes, because before you know it, that's when your hand will touch each other. You will not look into each other's eyes like Indian movie. And then you know, like, yes, something has happened.
And you'll be wondering, wow, so my hands are going and land on where you're not supposed to land.
Privacy sometimes is not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
So if you want to see, keep it in the open, because that way that would help you to reinforce boundaries. So if you know you don't trust yourself that much, keep it open. Always visit people in open places. Go to the library if our library is even quiet, so because librarian does not go everywhere. Keep it to the cafeteria. Keep it to, just basically keep it to the public places. That helps to also put boundaries in place.
Also reinforce boundaries.
Yeah. And also, I had like adults who I was pretty free with and I could talk to. And these adults were very meaningful people, very honest people who could guide me right. So sometimes when I felt like, this thing is tough, like, what do you think? So then I'll be the one that will now say, oh yeah, it's here, Milu. Basically, how many ears do you have? Listen, this is this. This is what I think you should do. And I always listen to my mentors and to the adults in my environment. Because like I said, it is natural and it is okay to feel these things. But what you do about the feelings is what is important.
True.
Personally, I feel at 16 years old, it's just too young for you to go into a relationship. So 17, from my perspective, you should have already been in school by then. Then you're nearing that age.
Exactly, you're just getting
You're
close. You've
nearing
not
that
gotten to
age.
the age yet. Yeah.
Exactly. You're nearing that age where you are getting to that stage where you know that, yes, I'm making an informed decision. I'm already in school. I've started receiving lectures. I'm a bit exposed. Yeah, at 20, but at 21, it's okay for you to now start saying, okay, I'm now an adult. I keep calling people legal at 20. For me, 18 is not legal. 21 is the legal age. So that's so I said, and even me, I'm like, so now my niece has this guy that she's talking to. In fact, I still made a discreet video of her to send it to on our group chat to laugh at that. This was very funny. And even though she's still denying it, but the fact is that she's gradually becoming 21. We're starting to identify that she's becoming an adult. And she won't come and tell me now that, auntie, let me just about this boy. And I'll be like, which boy? Don't tell me about any boy. Because I understand that she's becoming an adult. She's more informed. She won't do stupid, like she won't make stupid mistakes that will bring embarrassments to herself, the family, and derail her future. But if she had come to me at 16 years old, I'd just be like, you said what? Come again? In fact, I even just do as if I don't hear what she said first. And I'm sure when she knows that I'm acting, when she starts seeing me act deaf, she knows that she has said something wrong. So she will take it back. And she'll not be like, auntie, I'm playing. I'm like, better let it be a play.
I'm asking on behalf of a friend.
Just let it be a joke. In fact, when she does that route, auntie, my friend, my friend said that she has a boyfriend. I'm like, just go and tell that your friend. Because of course I will not say she's the one. No, go and tell your friend that your friend isn't supposed to do these things. But the truth is, I understood at that age that it's okay. What am I even saying? I have a 16 years old person who just got into school. She's in one of those universities that this name starts with B. I can't remember, either Babcock or I don't know what the name is. So when she just called me, auntie, you're not a big girl. So who is asking you out now? Auntie, God forbid. Is it someone that is saying God forbid that would tell me that she has a boyfriend and I'll take her seriously? Because she doesn't know anything. So if she even tells me she has a boyfriend, I'll tell her, madam, face your book first. Because at that age, you shouldn't be having a boyfriend. You just entered university. You don't even know what you're doing.
A lot of balancing to do.
If you fail,
which mouth will you use to say? No, if you fail, which mouth will you use to say it's because of a guy?
It's just basically understanding when to start something and when not to start something. But me, as an individual, I believe at 16 years old, you're just too young. It's okay to have friends. It's okay to have people you talk to. It's okay to even feel like, oh, you like this person. But let it be, you like this person and this person is helping you to grow academically, or this person helping to grow spiritually.
Exactly. So I think that time, your teenage years, right, which ends at 19, I really think is the time to, become self-aware and really build the right, kind of relationships around you and really stabilize and find a balance. I mean, with the adults and the turbulence, like we call it, that goes on through teenagehood, there is already a whole lot going on at that phase to now add relationship and those things to it again. So I really think that it's a time.
And how much is your pocket money, sir? 5,000 naira. So how are you going to afford to buy gifts for somebody? Please. Girl,
I really think it's a time to really build themselves up and go for the right knowledge and become self-aware. And I mean, there's so many young people out there doing great stuff, learn new things, and just evolve and become a better person and all of that. And by the time you are ready to start exploring in terms of relationships and love and all that, you will know within yourself that you are ready and you're mature enough. In fact, nobody will come out. You won't have to hide it. And that's when you now know that really that you're ready for this thing and you can make mindful decisions about, these kind of questions. So Tolulope, we've had a long and very interesting gist around this whole topic today, but let's start rounding it up this way. So for young people that they're already in that place of, they feel this way and all that, or there's already that pressure that is seeping in. Monday is just how many days away now, and we're going to Valentine is going to be full blown everywhere. So for those that are already in that place of feeling pressured, maybe there is nobody yet, or maybe they feel less of themselves because there is their other friends are having crush and expecting gifts, and they're just in their own world, nothing is happening. What would you say? And even for those that they even have, they're already exploring in that sense, right? And they have people that they have the special somebody at that age and they're expecting this and all those things from. What would you say to them? What would your advice be to them?
For the first set of people, the ones who do not have the, in quotes, special somebody, girl, turn off your phone. Boy, turn off your phone. As in,
turn off your
sleep
phone
that day. Yes, sleep. Stay off social. Well, maybe not turn off your phone. It has been too extra. But stay off social media because it's a lie.
Social media is a thing again. Tolulope. Oh gosh,
it's a lie. Social media will some people are surprising themselves. That's even what I'm saying. Some people are buying gifts for themselves and tensioning themselves. It's a lie. Don't let anybody tension you or pressure you. You are not ready, and you are not ready, and that's some period. Don't let anybody make you feel funny. So if you belong to that category where you don't have that, in quote again, special somebody, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. And if you want to even celebrate St. Valentine, it's fine. Call your mom, celebrate her. Your mom can be your Valentine. Your dad can, in fact, me, I can be your Valentine. Celebrate me because I'm pouring all my love to you now on this show. So just celebrate people who have done great things in your life. And girl, boy, you don't have to spend a dime to celebrate people. Just doing something. Bring out your creative side. Yes, bring out your creative side. Celebrate the person on social media. Post it. You know how to do reels. Do your Instagram reels. Do your whatever. Oh, I just wanted to say thank you to this person. My lecturers have been nice to me.
True.
Show them love. So that's how you can, because it's on a Monday. So some people might be going for lectures. Some people might be going to school. So you can't hide. That's the truth. You will see them. You can't. In fact, if you want to wear red, wear red with them. It's okay. You're showing love, but you're showing love to the people who have showed love to you, and it's healthy love. Yeah. And for all those other special people who are in quotes again, the special persons in their lives, girl, you have to breathe. Girl or boy, actually, you just have to breathe. Don't let anybody pressure you to doing what you don't want to do. If you know you don't have the money, like I said, let your creativity come out. First of all, I feel personally you're too young to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. But if you've now found yourself in that situation where you have that person, set boundaries. Look at what I did. I said, okay, let's have a budget. Yeah. So why not you just say, okay, you know what? Let's not do anything financial. Let's see how creative we can be. Design something, build something with what you have. You don't have to buy something. Or just keep it simple. Because I don't understand people these days with the rush and the pressure of gifts and material stuff.
I honestly even think that for people, at that age, within the teenage age bracket, that even have, such that like special somebody, so to say, right? I even feel like Monday is a time to really sit alone and really evaluate what they are really doing.
It's please, they will not evaluate.
That's something I always say. One question I always ask Tolulope, what is the plan? For how long are you planning to date this person, right? So let's even imagine that you're 16, you're 17, and you're dating this person. So I always ask, what is your plan? Are you planning to get married to this person? So if you're planning to get married to this, when, let's say at the earliest, maybe 23, 24, that is in like 6-7 years time, right? So you want to date that person 6-7 years, and maybe probably you're just freshly out of.
But take it slow.
wait, it's possible. No, it's not I mean, we read those stories and we hear about those things. It's okay, but maybe you're just freshly out of high school or freshly into university or something, and you have, your own. You're not just collecting university certificates; you also collect relationship certificates at the end. If you're planning to date the person for like 6 or 7 years, right? And by the time you 2-3 years down the line, 4 years, you imagine that you've now evolved into somebody else. You now really know what you want. Your taste has evolved and all that, and you've mixed with different people. Your network has expanded as a person. And the challenge with that is you really cannot decide what is going on with the other person, the so-called special somebody. So you can't decide if they're also evolving and growing into the kind of person that in 3-4 years you still want to be with, right? So let's say that hopefully they are also evolving, right? And in 4-5, oh gosh, even thinking of the number of years. So in the 4-5 years, and they're still there and they still want to be together. Oh, well and good, right? You guys are planning you want to get married and all fine. But what if it's because of the fertility of making decisions at this very young age, right? And the high tendency of making, not so great decisions at this young age or not so smart decisions. Imagine that 4-5 years down the line is not the person again. So what would have happened? I know some people say, oh, you would have learned what you want and what you don't want and all that, but why set yourself up for heartbreak? Why? Like, I don't get. These are things that, and it's all this theory of trial and error, and we push that narrative a lot, which I think is also to a great extent faulty. To say that you have to have maybe experienced a couple of relationships before you now get into the real one. Says who? Like, why?
And
well,
you still have time. That's one of the beautiful thing. You have time.
Yeah.
You have time. There's no point to rushing yourself or pressuring yourself. You have time. You can have a reading buddy, you can have a prayer buddy, but boyfriend, you have time. Breathe.
Don't breathe. Breathe, girl.
You would grow, you would evolve, like Ituno said, and it's just not that perfect time for you to say you want you have not found your soulmate. That is not your soulmate. That is just somebody that
you just scattered this table.
Honestly, I think people need to calm down these days. The pressure, the race is too much. Yes, it's too early. You have a whole lot of time.
True.
Your life to live. So just be happy. Do the littlest of things. Show love to your female friends. Show love to your male friends. But don't box yourself saying, I have a boyfriend. It's just not, I have a girlfriend. I don't think at that age people are ready for that kind of pressure and the responsibility that comes with it.
And the responsibility that comes with it. True. That's so true. Because there's a lot of responsibilities. It's not just cruise and vibes. Thank you so much, Tolulope. It's been fun gisting with you on this topic, having you on the podcast this week and on this episode. We look forward to bringing you on board again. So for some people that might want to reach you, how can they reach you? I mean, whether your social media handle or something, how can they reach you?
I always reply my DMs on Instagram. So you can just send me a message on Instagram at Sokefun. Sokefun.
Sokefun.
There's no H in the Sokefun, basically.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, Tolu. Thank you so much, girl. Thank you for joining us. And to our listeners, I hope you've learned a whole lot from this episode. How early is too early? And please don't get under any pressure because of Valentine and all that. Like Tolulope has said, breathe. Everybody is doing it, doesn't make it the right thing at the end of the day, right? Really evaluate yourself and what you want at this time, and let whatever decisions you're making, let them be true to you, and let them be moving you towards the direction of what you want for your life, right? And of course, that my DMs are open. You can send your questions, you can send your comments and all of those things. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode, and happy Valentine in advance. I love you guys very much.
Happy Valentine to you too. Happy Valentine to everybody.
Happy Valentine. Yeah, take care of yourself, guys, and until the next episode, take care and goodbye. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. I hope you learned a thing or two. Please feel free to send in your questions and experiences to my DM on Instagram or as an email to conversationswithcoachit@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share with your friends. See you on the next episode. Bye.